Today's adventure begins right here at the Carolina Beach Lake. And as you can see, this area received quite a bit of snow in recent days. Which the good thing is now, most of it's really starting to melt. And that's a good thing. I think people are ready to get back to normal. Even these little geese out here, they're ready for the snow to be gone. Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Today we're just going to kind of cruise around the downtown area here in Carolina Beach, look at some of the high traffic areas and see how the ice and snow is melting. A lot of it this morning has really dissipated. There's not a whole lot left, but we're still going to walk over there because I'm going to get a coffee. We're just going to do a little coffee walk and talk this morning. Should be good. Sun's out. It's going to be a beautiful day. Hopefully we're going to get back up into the 50s, maybe even 60 today. We'll see. Let's go ahead and begin. Thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I really do appreciate it. As I walk across the bridge here, you can still see there's a little bit of ice here on the Carolina Beach Lake. Right there's a good sheet of ice. Not very thick though, but it is starting to break up quite a bit. Looks very weird though, right? To be at the beach and see this lake with a sheet of ice on it. It's just, this whole thing has been strange. I gotta say, this palm tree right here did not enjoy the snow at all. That has got to be the most saddest, droopiest palm tree I've ever seen before. Just look at it. He is not happy. He should be looking like that one. That in there, that's a happy palm tree. See how the palms, everything's just uplifted. And then this little guy, he's just like, nope. He looks like that little cartoon character, Droopy the dog. Y'all remember Droopy the dog, the cartoon? That's what that kind of reminds me of. I'm just gonna call this palm tree Droopy. When I come back in a few weeks, I'll definitely come by here and see if it's perked up or is something really wrong. Right across the street from me is Squiggly's Ice Cream. And just look at the snow that is still on the ground right here in this shaded area, right along the way. And right here is the Sea Beach Surf Shop, which yesterday when I came by here, there was still quite a bit of snow on the ground here at this location. But as it got up into the 50s yesterday, look at the water temp, 46 degrees. Is anybody crazy enough? I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, with a good wetsuit on, or dry suit, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, all this was snow covered yesterday morning. But that 50-degree weather definitely did quite a bit of melting. So earlier, I was saying how strange or kind of how weird it is to be here and you see snow and ice on the grounds. And it's not that there's snow and ice that's weird, it's where it is. Being here at the beach, because this occurrence does not happen all that often. I think maybe the last time I can remember any kind of significant accumulation of snow here was probably 15 years ago. So it don't happen all that often. And I think before that, I'm gonna say 09 or 2010, 2011, somewhere in those series of years, right in that area is when the last time this area had a pretty good snow. And maybe before that, you got to go all the way back to like 1989 or something. So yeah, it don't happen all that often. As you can see, the ice is definitely starting to break up now. I was walking around here yesterday evening and it was still solid, but now it's really starting to thaw out nicely. Matter of fact, that all that over there was covered yesterday morning. And you can see grass, a little bit of greenery sticking up right here. So looks like things are definitely thawing out good. Definitely try to be a little bit careful Because even though things are thawing, it doesn't mean it ain't still slick. Let's walk right here. I'm gonna see if there's any snow left on the sand. See how that looks. Look at the boardwalk. It's just wild, right? Look at that. That is so crazy. Matter of fact, instead of walking up these steps here, I think I'm gonna actually walk up the ramp down there, right in front of the Marriott. It looks like somebody's been riding a bicycle down through here. Look at that line, bicycle tracks. I'm sure a lot of people who has golf carts had a lot of fun in the snow. I can only imagine what people that had golf carts was doing. That would be fun. Go out there and do some donuts. That's what yours truly would be doing. I'd had some fun with it. Yeah, man, this is really clearing off nicely now. The other day, this was just all white. I mean, everything was just white. It was so weird to see it like that. Absolutely crazy. I figured this kind of snow right here in this area is going to be hanging around for a little while because it's always shaded right there. Any areas that's got a lot of shade throughout the entire day, it's going to hang around a lot longer. On social media, I've seen where someone actually made a snow sand person, like a snowman, but he's like sand and snow. It was weird looking, so strange. But yeah, it looks to be, there's still quite a bit of pepperies like snow out here on the sand itself, which is shocking because, you know, when the sun shines down on that sand, it normally warms it up like really quick. You know, I mean, in the summertime, the sand gets so hot you can't even hardly walk on it. And I know in the wintertime it's a whole different story because you're not getting those high temperatures, but you would still think the sunshine itself would just make the ground warmer on that sand. It would conduct that heat a little bit better. I don't know. But here we are. Here we are. Still quite a bit of snow left out here on this sandy beach. Look at that ocean. That is so beautiful. You know, normally in the summertime, you know, you're out here and you see the water like that, and I'm like, I want to go get in it, like right now. Because the water is about 80 degrees, 82 degrees sometimes. And now it's 46 degrees. And you're like, it's beautiful and all, but that's about it. Be a perfect time for these crazies to go out here and do their polar plunge, which I wonder if they're going to do that this year. Last year I actually made a video about the polar plunge. They actually held it down there at Kure Beach Pier. They used to do it here at Carolina Beach, right here at the boardwalk, years ago. Me and my wife, fun story about me and my wife. We were dating, and we was here the day they was doing the polar plunge, right? On purpose, we wanted to come out here and watch it. She wanted to see it. Brought her out here on the beach. We watched them do the polar plunge. Right after the polar plunge, right over there down the beach, about 200 yards, right in front of the cabana, right in that area, that's where I proposed to her. Asked her to be my wife and partner for the rest of my life, and death do us part. Happened right there. Yeah. Kind of cool. Me and her got a lot of ties to this area. Got married here on this beach. Means a lot to us. All right, let's head on and see what else we can get into here around the boardwalk and check out some of the snowiness as I just totally blacked myself out. We're gonna walk over here to the boardwalk now and look around a little bit more. Then we might get in my truck and drive around the island just a bit and just see some other places and see how it's coming along. All right, right there's one of the famous Carolina Beach moon photo opportunities. That moon's been on this boardwalk forever, it seems like. It goes way back to maybe even the 50s and 60s. Not that exact one, but you still see quite a bit of ice and snow gathered right here where they was scraping the boardwalk in past days. I know here recently, someone was asking me if the arcade was open in the wintertime. And to be honest with you, I didn't have an answer for you, but last night I was walking through here and sure enough, the Carolina Beach arcade was open. And Breeza right here on the boardwalk, the shopping, it's actually open. And then right here, this store is actually open also. So yeah, there's still some things open here. It's not like back in the 90s where everything shut down in the winter time. But yes, the arcade was open last night. So if you are coming out here in the winter, you have kids or whatever, or maybe you just like playing arcade games, who knows? It is there available for you. So right here, this is the ground mural. And this thing has really did a lot of melting in the last 24 hours also. There's still a nice sheet of slush and ice on the mural. As you look up through there, you can kind of see it. But yeah, the warm temperatures, that sun is really doing a number on the ice. And I would imagine by this evening, later on this evening, I bet this stuff will be completely melted off of this awesome mural. I love that bird right there. Look at that. That is just so cool. Love the pelican. And that's just like a pelican. You know, when you go fishing out on the pier, you watch those pelicans out there. That's what they look like most of the time. They always have a fish hanging out of their mouth. They just inhale them. They just swallow them. Quite a bit of snow and ice right here in this vicinity. Right here is the fudge boat. And there's a little bit of snow and ice right here on this sidewalk, here in these parking areas. And right down here is the Crush and Grind coffee shop. I think I'm gonna have to duck in there and get a hot cup of coffee. Sounds like a great idea. Coffee achieved. I'm a happy camper now. I am so happy. Ain't nothing like getting your morning coffee. When it's cold outside, it's even better. Heck yeah. Now we're rolling. Oh man, that coffee is so good. Just warms up your bones. So, made my way back down here toward the lake. Go retrieve my truck now. And then we're gonna make our way down toward, I think, like Kure Beach, maybe Fort Fisher, and then wrap this thing up. I got other things to do today, that's for real, but I did want to get out this morning, just kind of document this here on the channel. A little bit of snow because it just doesn't happen all that often. I just thought it was kind of neat. Yeah, got some football to watch today. That's for dang sure. I cannot wait to watch some football. Playing for the Super Bowl. Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? My team is finally in it again after a long stint of not being, you know, any kind of meaningful game. They would put together a good year here and there and then lose in the playoffs first round normally. But this year we actually got something to play for. It's kind of exciting. I kind of feel like my team is playing with house money at this point because nobody expected them to have the year they had, to get as far as they have gone. Yeah, so I'm pretty psyched about the future finally, about my team. I know some of you guys who watch football, y'all know what I'm talking about. When you have a team, it just don't cut the muster. Not everybody is a New England Patriot fan, but I can remember back when New England Patriots, like pre-Tom Brady and, you know, Belichick, they didn't win a lot. No, they used to be the low end of the spectrum in the NFL. So everybody gets their turn eventually, for the most part. And hopefully my team, and you guys know who watch the channel, y'all know who I root for. You see my, you know, my shirt sometime and whatnot. I see people putting the comments about it, and that's cool. But I just don't want to talk about them too much. I'm really happy with what they've done, and that's that. Don't want to get in too much into the sports thing, but I am excited. All right, for all reasons now, let's head on to Kure. I stopped off here at the Pelican Watch on my way to Kure Beach. Just wanted to let y'all know that they are doing some renovations here. They got this orange netting up to keep people out as they do a lot of work on this building. Maybe they're doing a complete renovation. Not really sure. I ain't heard a whole lot about it, but if you do ever stay here, they are doing a lot of work here. So just keep that in mind. Just want to give you a little update. And speaking of renovations, I got another place I want to stop and see while we drive toward Kure Beach. Another little motel down here. You might have heard of it. I think it's fair to say it's not a snowstorm without a snowman. Or in this case, a snow woman. Right there you go. There's a snow woman. It looks like some of her parts have kind of melted away at this time, so she's about to lose her bikini top, but I thought that was pretty neat. All right, here's my next stop, the Oceaneer Motel. Still doing a lot of work down here, a lot of construction. Kind of want to see the progression. I think it's been a few months since I stopped by here and looked at this place, but looks like they got some brand new doors for all the rooms. All the way down through, brand new doors, windows are new, everything's new. In their AC units fixed, replaced. Pretty awesome. It's coming along quite nicely. I bet this place is going to be open and ready for business by summer of 2025. The Oceaneer Motel. I wonder if it's going to be continued calling it, the title is going to be Oceaneer. I wonder if that's going to stay or are they going to change it. I'm going to say they're going to totally keep it because the signage is still there. They have not taken it down. And the reason I say that is because about a week ago, I made a video about another motel here in Carolina Beach that is getting a complete refurbish, name change. I'm not going to show it today because I've already filmed it for another vlog that'll be coming shortly. So definitely stay tuned. I was totally shocked when I found out that that motel was getting a name change. I was really happy, A, that somebody bought it and they're not tearing it down and putting another high-rise in or condo or whatever. But yeah, I was really shocked they changed the name to it. That name's been that way for a while, but that's not the original name that it had for years. You'll learn more about that in that video when that comes. So let's go ahead and continue on down to the Kure Beach Pier area. And then we're probably going to be wrapping this up because I am definitely, running out of time today. I have always loved these homes down here in Kure Beach. Absolutely love this neighborhood. These oceanfront homes are so pretty. I like the colors. Once again, it looks so strange just to see snow-covered front yards. What little yard they have. But let's face it, when you buy a home over here, you're not really care about the yard. You're for the other side of the house, the one facing the ocean. That's why you buy them. That big purple one right there. Call that the Prince house. That is the Prince house indeed. Purple. Purple rain. Welcome to Kure Beach Fishing Pier. Man, you should have been here last week. Because if you was, you would have been snowed in. Looks like most of the snow down here has melted. It's pretty clear down here. I think it's a little bit more clear in the Kure Beach area than it is in Carolina Beach. I guess there's not as much shaded areas. Still got some powder down here on the beach. People out walking their dogs on this beautiful morning. It was kind of a funny thing when the snow was all hitting. I was not in town, obviously, but I always utilize that camera right up there. That's on surfchecks.com. That's actually spelled C-H-E-X, not like checks like C-H-E-C-K, but it's actually spelled with an X. And I was watching the snow happen, and it was just, that pier was just glazed over. The wind was blowing. It was very windy. I didn't even think a wind gust had registered at like 60 miles an hour at 4 a.m. in the morning during that snowstorm that hit here in this area. So it was really cool. And then when I would turn around, you can actually watch the street view also. You can also look at this area. And you couldn't, because I guess the wind was blowing from that way and it was blowing the snow up against the camera and you couldn't see it. It was totally iced over and glazed over. So kind of a sad trombone moment. All right, I've made my way down here to the Fort Fisher Historic Site and Welcome Center. I bet it was so cool down here a few days ago just to see these big mounds over here just snow covered. But that was awesome looking. This is really a neat little place. I actually made a vlog right after this place opened, the grand opening. And it's free to go inside. It's something cool to do. Nice air conditioning if you're here in the summertime. Get out of the heat. Really cool place. A lot of interesting things in there, historic relics and things to go check out. I'll put a link down in the description below if you'd like to see my video for that. But right now, we're going to head back across the street and take a look at the beach and wrap this thing up, because the beach over here looks way different today. I guess those gusty 40 and 60 mile an hour winds that this snowstorm brought along with it kind of resculpted the beach a little bit. Or the tide is just extra low this morning, one or the other, but it definitely looks different. Let's take a little walk over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about as we wrap this vlog up. All right, I made my way out here on the Fort Fisher Beach area, right across the road from the Welcome Center, and look at the beach, the erosion. Look how steep that is. That is crazy. We got a heck of a little drop off right there, that's for sure. But in the past, I don't remember seeing all this sand up against the rocks as you see it right now. This is just wild and crazy. Got a heck of a sandbar right here. And then you got this little deep area right here where, you know, if you was fishing, I would go right over in this area, not right where the rocks are, but maybe right over there and throw a net and try to get some smaller fish to use for bait. But heck yeah, it's like it removed all this sand. I've not seen it look like this down here and I can't tell you how long. Just look at that. Like a lot of this used to have sand coverage. I don't think you could see all these rocks. And it's like it just unearthed the sand and just kind of moved it up maybe. Moved it up the hill. Like me and my wife and her niece, about 4 or 5 years ago, we actually came down here and we was walking on the top of these. And we went like all the way down through there. But look, now it's all sand. Yeah, this is a trip. Man, this snowstorm was insane. I mean, it completely changed the landscape down here. Like in the past, you can't do what I'm doing right now. This is water, waves. Yeah, there's no way. But now look at it. You can literally walk all the way to the point. All that sand that got pushed up on the rocks now is a beach. I'm so wowed by this. This is so crazy. You know, the ocean is such a powerful, mystical thing. It can just change the shoreline at any given moment. All right, I did it. I am standing right here on the point at what a lot of people that's been coming to this area for a long time, this used to be known as the Cove. This is a really good surf spot and boogie board and all that good stuff. Place to go catch waves, more or less, back in the 80s. And even the early 90s before they engineered and put all these rocks and stuff down here to keep people kind of off this beach, because there was, you know, several drownings here due to underwater hazards. A lot of these rocks and stuff. It's like a reef right here below the water line. And it's just a makeup of these rocks. But the waves would break really good off of this point right here we're looking at. It would kind of wrap around and give you a nice long ride. But this right here is as close as I have ever seen it, the way I remember it back in the 80s look. Very close, just like the ocean said, heck it, I don't care what you put here, what rocks you're gonna put here, I'm gonna make this beach back the way it used to be. And that's exactly what's happened. I mean, you used to never do this right here over recent years. You shouldn't be able to walk right here. This is normally underwater. There's normally, the ocean is beating up against this. Used to be like a gazebo right here where you could take pictures on the rocks and have the ocean as your backdrop. But now look at it, I'm just walking. This blows me away. I cannot believe this. This is so freaking cool. My gosh. All right, my friends, that is going to do it for me today as the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Just wanted to document a little bit of the snow and just update you on some of the changes that's going around here in town, especially the Oceaneer, the Pelican Watch. And we did get to see a snow lady. Not a snowman, but we got to see the remnants of a snow lady who was about to lose her top because her goods were melting away. That being said, my friends, I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you on my next adventure. God, look at this. I'm blown away by this. This is so freaking rad. Y'all stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. And on this day in 2025, here in January, you can say you seen the beach totally filled in at the cove at Fort Fisher. Amazing. Good morning, Mr. Seagull. How are you doing perched up there? Are you enjoying this cold weather, the snow? Probably not. He's probably like, what the heck? I need to leave this place.